them old brown kitchens that you're probably used to. I'm going to make it a bit more upscale. We refurbed it 7 years ago, but now wife being wife wanted rid of his extraction unit that most of them have that just goes to a filter that's a waste of time. So I've ripped it out. First thing you'll find is you end up with a hole. I've actually repaired this with some old cupboard that I'd taken out from other end of the kitchen. Just bung out in you want. These two pieces here will become apparent later, these noggins, as to what I'm going to do. These here you'll see later on as well. Obviously, she decided on a stainless steel splashback. So I had to remove the tiles, which is a bit of a pain in the backside, as you all know. Best way to remove tiles is sharp Stanley knife. Obviously the tiles like that. You keep cutting down the grouting so you've well cut through it. Hand on here, or a piece of wood on here. Chisel behind there and break them off one at a time. You might find your plaster falls away, which is why I've re-plastered it. Roughly so it's just level for when the stainless steel splashback goes in. Also remove your skirts, which go here, and you'll see why when I start to lift it into position. There's also plastic splashbacks. Mine were £59, metre by a metre, brushed stainless. Cut it myself with a grinder. Don't advise that. You're better off getting it cut before you get it. Plastic splashbacks, cheaper, do the same job. So you remove them, and obviously just have a good look at what's there now, and you'll see what there is to finish. When you take your extraction unit out, it's screwed here and here through the sides. Take the front door off, which we'll use later on. Fill your holes, and I'll show you how to get rid of this melamine horrible brown. We have the splashback that we're going to fit up here. Now we've done all this prep work, cleaned all the tiles up, everything like that. Obviously this is just bonding agent to put on it. Stainless don't look good with screws in, and it's a nightmare to drill. But I'll show you my little trick on how I hold this in. Put all the bonding agent on. Obviously your walls aren't straight, it's an old house, and obviously this kitchen's 25 years old. So wife still likes it, solid wood doors, so we're just going to smarten it up a bit. This is basically putting it up on the wall. Now this is why you'll realise I took the bottom skirts off the cupboards, as it will not fit with the skirts on. If we're doing loads of silly cuts, it'll look a mess. So as you can see, it just pushes up like that. And voila, it's on the wall. She wanted obviously to have like a feature here, so it looks like it's all been made in with it. And as you can see with these where they come into play now, it's only a little screw. When you undo them, make sure it ain't tiled in. This one where I had to break the tiles off to get the flipping thing out. Push that in there like that. Oh. And if you look, holds it on like a dream. Obviously it's same at the other side. Obviously this helps the bonding go off, keeps it solid. And that's the first part of the upgrade of what we're doing. But I will show you all the other things as we go along. Yeah, as you can see, the skirts are on now. It's just a little screw there. Obviously when you take them off, knock them from there and they'll come off. Basically my camera woman is trying to show you the screw. And as you can see down here, no way are you going to get a splashback cut like that. It's fitted underneath there, so you can't see it. Also, one thing that my daughter's brought up is not everybody has an old cupboard that ripped to bits. So basically you can use ply, MDF, what you want for that, just to fill a hole. So the stuff that your wife throws on top don't fall through, which it did. Obviously, you don't see all this, so I've just used what I could find. Probably the cheapest thing to use would be tile batten. She's saying upcycle the cupboard that I took apart. Tile batten, just make sure you drill it, because it can crack quite easily. Just use tile batten for these. And you're going to see in a second what they're here for. These little brackets that you see, they're all what I've taken off a cupboard. And I'll explain why I've done it this way later on when I come to do another bit to it. Hi, obviously this is the next phase, obviously to make it look more modern. Cheap on eBay these, £14.50, comes with bulb, fittings and everything else. As you can see on the board, it comes with those. All you do is attach it to there, could do a terminal block there, and basically the 3 lights in parallel. Power into switch, live out, across them all. It's easier for you to just go on it. Images on Google and it'll show you how to wire it. Any other problems or thoughts, just ring me. No, not ring me, sorry, you have to edit that bit.
just give me a call.
Stop.
Right,
Yeah.
carry on.
Yeah, any issues, just message me, I'll try and answer it.
Just comment down below.
What?
Just say comment down below, not just message me. Right.
Well, I don't know how you do it.
You comment down below, otherwise I'll be asking for your phone number.
Any questions, I'll try and answer them. Yeah. Obviously, all I've used when doing this job, whoops, nearly had a fire. All I've used when doing this job is, obviously, they tell you need hole saws, you need this, you need that. I've used an handsaw, a drill and an hacksaw blade. Because obviously, the hole doesn't have to be perfect because the surround covers it. Obviously, just measure them out. As you can see, as my daughter's giggling behind me, I've upcycled a bit of an old cupboard again. Basically, for what it's for. Wife wanted the switch there, although you could actually have put it here or anywhere you want, but she likes it there. Now, obviously, this goes there. Right? So, this is why it's all in bits so you can actually see how things go. Right? Now, obviously, it's a light board, as I've made it. There are your connections, and what you'll find is your old cronky extractor unit here, your big thing, when you've took it out, it'll be actually wired in a plug at the top of the cupboard. All I've done is put a plug with a 13 amp fuse in and plugged it back in. I don't need to show you that, you will find it when you look up there, or it'll be wired somewhere. Any problems, I'll try and answer them. Obviously, they go together very easily. They're your clips, like normal downlighters. Put them in your board, switch it on. I'll show you how it all looks when it's finished. Right.
Go.
Yeah, next tip is obviously you can see where I filled the holes, where the extraction unit was. Don't need to fill them, you're not going to see them. Now, everybody states you can't paint melamine. You can paint melamine. Basically, all you've got to do is give it a key with a bit of sandpaper, bit of 180 grit, sand it all off, make sure that you've just got rid of the smoothness, and obviously you'll see how we paint later, which is important because it's a trick that we've found that works great, and we'll explain what paint we use and the reasons for why. So basically there's no point in just watching me sanding this.
2, 1.
It's got a big mark on it, wait a minute. Here we have the old extractor fan door that you take off. And as you can see, it looks like that now, but it used to look like that. But it is solid wood, that's why we're keeping it. Right? That is why these little brackets that you see here, here and here, which is just, I've found, is where it's going to attach, like that, with screws from the back, basically. So that we don't, you can screw it from the front, but it just means that you're going to have to fill it. Okay, nearly ready to fit the lighting unit. If my camera woman can have a look up there, you can see what all them bits of wood and things and brackets and stuff like that. Obviously, if you look, I've put adhesive type caulking all over the joints to make sure it stays solid. It's never going to budge again. Obviously, it's just a false door really now. I've just shut the power down. obviously because it's wired up already, I can't bother getting up. So I've turned the power off, I'm going to wire it up and then I'll put it up and you'll see what it looks like when I turn it back on. Right, it's all together. Obviously, it's not finished being cleaned or caulked yet. Obviously, we'll show you. But this is the effect you get when you've finished doing it all. Basically, that's it. But it all needs cleaning and stuff like that. But I'll show you it again once it's all cleaned. But obviously, looks like a modern kitchen, and it's 25 plus years old. I'll show you a bit more when I've done a bit more.